Greetings, recording another video. It's been quite a while since I've recorded my last video. I don't really have much ideas a lot of the time, and I just sort of exist. I would also like to note that I'm playing a computer game, and perhaps playing this computer game in the background will help me keep my general ideas, and it'll maybe make it easier for me to talk. Anyways, I suppose I would like to, I don't know what I'd like to talk about yet. It's something I sort of have to think about when the time comes, but now it's the time to talk about things. I guess one recent thing I've been thinking of right now is that I feel really bad at communicating things and ideas. Like, the ability is just quite hard for me to pull off successfully, and I don't really know why. Oh, I do know why. What did I say? I don't. I've never been able to communicate for a really long time in effective manners. And when I talk to my family, a lot of the times I just release grunts and other strange noises. They probably think it's a joke, but I genuinely don't know what to say to them or formulate responses to what they're talking about most of the time. So I just release it as like some joke response, but it's, in reality, I don't even fucking have a clue on what to say, and it goes for practically anything. It's strange, and interests too. I can't really articulate what my interests are in a given moment. It's kind of hard. Right now, I guess my interests are geopolitics, maybe is just one of the things, but there's a ton of them. So many of them. And I wish I maybe had a bit of a wider vocabulary and other things to say, but it's hard. Very hard. I feel more emotion now at least, so that's good. Oh, one thing I've noticed. What have I noticed? Oh, I'm starting to hallucinate more, like I did in the past. I'd say from December 2023 to about November 2024. Yeah, that's about right. I faced a lot of hallucinations and just a general psychosis. It was not really frightening, it was interesting, that's the way I could put it. Like, all these weird things are happening to me and I'm just like, wow, that's strange, perhaps I should study this. That's more of what I was getting. And I noticed that maybe it is not all real, but in sort of a way I kind of wanted it to be real. I don't know. Because they involved, well, they involve the end of the world, and I see the world as a place with so much pain that it's nice to just sort of end it, and then what comes afterwards is even better. That's what I felt. I went through things like that, and a big thing I'd get was where my dad would, call out my name, but it wasn't really him. The main thing I had was I'd talk to this entity, and the entities sounded female, and I just talked to her, but it wasn't even real. And she started appearing in December 2023, and I just talked to her because I didn't really have anything else, well, anything to do. I never really talked with anyone up until then besides my family, and as I said before, I'm not really good at talking to them, so I just talked to her, and I tried to make her appear, but it never really happened. And when I started seeing visages of her, I got quite frightened, because I just see, I remember I was, the first time I was in my bathroom, and I started seeing this sort of silhouette. It was green and red, and just all mixed up together in the faintest, like a dry marker. Sort of looked like green and red dry markers rubbed up together, and it was very blurry. It made the very vague silhouette of a person. And that scared me. And the second time was when I had a massive head with the same, general colors and blurring. That appeared to me, and that also scared me. Yeah. So for a bit, that person, not even person, that thing was just someone we talked to. And it just go on and on. The talking never really lasted long, because I was never good at talking, even with something of probably my own creation. I'm just not good at speaking, generally. And I'd say, the height of all those hallucinations and shit was July. I'd stay in my bed for hours just trying to speak, and usually I'd hear nothing in reply. Nothing audible in reply, at the very least. And it was just like that till the end. And I stopped hearing her after I started talking to my girlfriend, after I met her, because then I finally had someone to talk to. But, yeah, when I was talking to the premonition, I was in sort of a trance-like state, if you could say that, and I just sort of existed that way, and it was gone, just like that. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm sort of fully lost in my thoughts as I'm talking. I'm probably really quiet. I don't like it when other people can hear me. The walls in my house seem so thin. I'm thinking of my girlfriend right now. She's really nice. I really like her, and I want to marry her, and I hope that occurs, for she's all I really care about. My life's not that good. In fact, I'm just like wandering around a lot pretty recently as of now, and I think my life is shit, and that's what I sort of think. It gets in my head. I think of her, and then it's not as bad, or at least there's something to look forward to. She's the only thing I really have to look forward to. My life is not really the best, despite all the wealth and all that. really mean shit. Oh yeah, another thing I've been thinking of. I guess it's mainly to do with my family, but I'm sort of losing the idea of how to function within it. Like what to do, I don't know. I'm just losing my ideas, losing consciousness. It sort of feels like that. Consciousness of what to do, what orders to take, from my own mind. It's very, very strange. Incredibly strange. Everything's incredibly strange when you think about it. Sorry, I'm moving things around in my inventory. So I'm clicking things as I explore.
Sorry, I make weird noise.
Thinking of her again. I really hope to marry her. Oh wait, yeah, I remember. My goal was to cook food in the game, sorry. I sort of lose my train of thought sometimes. Okay, so that explains what that was. Sorry, I was confused by something within the game. Okay, anyways, I feel I have more things to say, although I don't know exactly what. It's just a mystery to me of what to say. It's always a mystery. Oh, I guess another thing. Yeah, it's summer. That same summer, well no, it's the summer months. I think I talked earlier about how July was when it was all at its worst in terms of the hallucinations. Because I was hallucinating really badly in July. And I guess maybe it's a seasonal, maybe, but I feel like what I experienced in July was unique, sort of. I'm glad that I'm not talking to those things anymore, I don't really have comfort in my girlfriend now. No, I've been thinking recently of just sort of going in a ball and existing. Frightened, maybe. I feel like I'm frightened by something and I don't know what it is. That's what it feels like right now for me. Just being alive, it's frightening. Other people are evil. That's another, I guess, idea that I've been having this been recording. Sorry, I'm sort of focused on the game. Okay. Anyways, I thinking of my girlfriend again. Sorry if it's repetitive for those who are listening. I just don't really have much to do. She's the best thing that's ever really happened. Prior to her, I didn't talk to anyone. So that's my family. And you know the thing. Sorry. I've lost my mind. Sorry. I just get ideas and I say them when I have the ideas. I say them out loud to myself. No one ever hears them. At least I think so. I think on calls sometimes I may say the ideas. My girlfriend would hear them, but she'd have no idea what they mean, and I barely have an idea either. My brain. I'm thinking of my brain. Oh yeah, summer. Speaking of summer, my junior year's over now, and as it was ending, I wasn't really having much thoughts about it, as it just sort of happened, and in leading up to it, I noticed that it was ending, but I wasn't really doing anything. And you know, hopefully this year is my last year in person. Because now a cell phone ban is going to happen next year. And it's going to be awful. Because the animals will now, they'll no longer be distracted. They'll no longer have their endless stream of dopamine. And what else do they get their dopamine from? They get their dopamine from harassing the autistic and just those who generally do not fit in any way. Shit, sorry, I'm a little distracted by the game. I'm probably going to die. Never mind. Of course I survive. What was I talking about? Yes. Oh, they're just so desperate for dopamine, they'll do that. But I feel like my family doesn't really care. Beyond that, I'll be moving away to a place pretty far from the school, and we can't change districts. So I'd have to go all the way there, and it'd just be a hassle. I think I'm gonna stay inside for pretty much the rest of my life if I don't. Well, I guess my grandmother does. She thinks I'll stay inside for the rest of my life, or something along those lines, if she grants me the homeschooling. Which, in the past, I would have done that, but I would have done that in a way that would both distance me from them physically, so I wouldn't be living within their house, and yeah, just distance. I distance myself from them as much as possible in that situation. It was basically my after 18 plan for my life before my girlfriend came around. Though I probably wasn't even going to live to that point in such a scenario. But yeah, I just had that idea and I ran with it, sort of becoming innate, because it's the only thing that was really familiar to me, if you put it that way. It just felt familiar. It's probably really weird. Other people with my life, I've just been inside for the vast majority of it, so it's easier to continue with that. It wasn't even out of laziness too. Like I realized I probably wouldn't be able to get a job because of all my social hindrances and anxieties. Like you never see jobs for nonverbal people, and I tried looking at them because I use the term like nonverbal whenever I look for like a potential job in the future. This will practically be nonverbal. I don't want to talk to anyone at all. And my conditions have always gotten so much worse since the last time it was ever, discussed or diagnosed. Sorry, I'm itching my foot. But, yeah. Oh, sorry. While I was sitting in silence, I heard a voice. Don't even know what it said. I don't know if I'm going to continue this video. I'm a little out of it. It's nice to talk. Oh, no, I haven't talked to my girlfriend much today. Sometimes I'm scared that she's avoiding me. I hope she's not. Sorry. My head's really weird right now. Don't even know if I can continue, so I'll just sort of leave it here. Goodbye. There'll be more Chronicles most likely. Oh, it's only been 20 minutes. I thought it was 40 or 60 or no. It could have been 60, but I didn't know it was only 20. Sorry. I guess I'll continue with the video. I sort of just had the desire. It hasn't been too long since I finished recording. It's probably been at most 3 minutes. But I feel it's been less than that. Because I remembered a lot of other things. It's hard for me to remember things when I'm talking. Really hard. I'm just never good at speaking. But anyways, I had this DVD, and I watched it as a kid, and it was called like SpongeBob Springtails, or no, it's not called anything like that. Oh, wait, I think my mother gifted me it, or I watched it maybe I visited my mother one time. I don't remember if I ever did that. She was always in jail for my early childhood, but I feel I did. I think she gave me a gift. Let's see if I can find the lineup. Yeah, I found the DVD. I don't know where the case is, but Nick, SpongeBob SquarePants, Sponge for Hire, and it was just like a bunch of SpongeBob episodes. And I really liked it. I know it had this like spring episode. Copyright 2004, so it's a 21-year-old disc, maybe. Anyways. I just watched that over and over again. Sort of, no, I mainly watch it some nights, and, seemingly I can't pause these recordings anymore. I was trying to pause it, but I just couldn't find the pause button. My father asked if I could, he pretty much just asked what I wanted from Olive Garden, because he's going to order some Olive Garden. So my grandfather wants to talk about Olive Garden. Yes, the DVD. So I'd watch it and it had this like SpongeBob springtime episode, and oh, another one. If you've watched SpongeBob, there's an episode where Mr. Krabs makes a theme park. That episode was on it, and another episode where it had this, Krabby Patty PNG. Like when a movie would start in a cinema in the 1940s, there was that opening screen thing, like where it goes like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, sort of like that. But it had the Krabby Patty in the middle and it was blue. I guess it was like the Krusty Krab lore video. Right? It's like talking about the history of the Krusty Krab. And I just watched those a lot at night, pretty late at night for a child. And I just remember being basked in the glow of the TV from that small area. And then it's strange, I guess I heard the outro music too, which is a little eerie. But oddly enough, hearing it at night, at the dead of night as a child, it was quite comforting for me. So perhaps I'll do that. I'll play that sound, and I'll just listen to it. I wanted to go out tonight. My grandmother, she said earlier that the alarm system for 2 doors got disarmed. So if I wanted to, I could just sneak out in the middle of the night. I used to do that, and all I do was usually be intoxicated, so it adds like some sort of mystique to it. And I just sort of roam around listening to music. And that was it. And maybe I'll do that again. But this time, the reason I want to do it again is all those other times I did it in cold air. And I want to do it in the warm summer night air that I remember so fondly as a child. I just want to feel that again while in a strange state. Exploring. Endlessly exploring. Sorry, I'm a little distracted by the game. I'm not endlessly exploring, I just sort of exist and I go around areas and I head back. I've already talked about it before. I have the desire right now. What do I have a desire to do? I don't even know. I was talking about having desire, but I don't know what it is about. I'm a bit strange with how I think, I guess. Yeah, when I watched that DVD, I guess it just ties in because I keep on getting all these flashbacks as a kid of things I've done, little experiences. And I guess it's all me watching TV because I never did anything else besides going on my iPad. There's not much to do. I feel like my childhood was remarkably empty, maybe. I feel like I've just been rocked by delusions and psychosis practically my whole life, but I never realized it until now. I'm strange, aren't I? Very guess I'll end the video here. There's nothing